Please introduce yourself.
I am Prince Gupta. I was born in Gwalior. I did my MBBS from Gajraja Medical College, Gwalior. There, I like to watch health podcast and also doing mindful meditation.
Okay. So Gupta, you belong to Agarwal community. Tell me about something about Agarwal community.
Uh, Sir, the Agrawal community has, and overall the Bania community has overall been traders in the history and are highly regarded as the good traders of the time. And in present times also, the trader community is mostly the Bania community.
Do you know about Maharaja Agrasen?
Yes.
Tell me.
Okay. So it is said that he is the son, very 40th or 50th son of Lord Ram. So and derives lineage from there. This is what I know. And the Bania community worships Lord Agrasen as their clan lord.
Maharaja Agrasen of Agroha district Hisar. So that's why we call it Agrasen. So you belong to Gwalior district. Do you know any association of Sikh group with Gwalior?
Yes, sir, but I do not remember it exactly now. I will to read about it.
What is mindful meditation?
Mindful meditation is a technique of meditation in which a person tries to uh, allows his mind to free and roam freely and try to observe everything that is happening and being mindful of the every situation. It is different from concentrated meditations in which a person either focus on some breathing patterns or focuses on some light as done in other meditations.
Okay. Do you often get angry?
Not often, but sometimes I do get angry.
Then what do you do to manage that situation?
In that situation, first thing I try to do is I try to be calm. I do not react reflexively. I try to understand the situation. Why am I getting angry, and is there any reason for that? And if I find that there is some reason that can be catered to and can be solved, then I discuss with the person that these are the issue and we should resolve it. And mostly I get the solution. But if sometimes it happens, then I try to reduce my anger and understand their perspective and improve.
Okay. Are you aware of the fact like there was a reintroduction of cheetah in Madhya Pradesh? Where was it introduced?
Cheetah was imported from Namibia and other countries of Africa, and they were imported to Kuno Palpur National Park in Shiopur.
Where else?
I remember it only. Okay.
There were two national parks, and recently only there is wildlife sanctuary also. It is getting introduced there. So, do you think it is the right step to reintroduce cheetah here?
Yes, sir. Considering the cheetahs got extinct in India in the 1950s, and cheetahs play a very important role in as a top predator of a wildlife area. So I think with the reintroduction of cheetahs, it will help to also have a proper wildlife initiatives can be taken properly, and it will help to develop wildlife tourism also in India. So I think it is a good step.
But recently there were news of more than 70% being dying out of starvation or some other reasons, and mostly the cubs were dying out. So what is your take on it? If we are reintroducing them and they are dying here out of their natural habitat.
So I think it was understood already that there would be some deaths. It is because of the climate change that they are facing from the countries from where they are imported. I think there should be proper measures that should be taken so that we could reduce the deaths and understanding what are the reasons for deaths of cubs. And if possible, we need to take measures that reduces the chances of their death. And overall, I think it is a good thing to.
What measures according to you? What measures can be taken according to you?
I think first would be to do a postmortem on the cubs that have been died and identify the reason for their death. Then second would be if we find the reasons, we have to tackle the measures. Like if they are dying because of high temperatures, then we could provide some alternatives and incubation centers for them so that they could reach to an age where they do not they are able to manage the high temperatures also in the wild. So I think these are some of the things that we can do.
Okay, means. So why the shift from medical career to this career?
So I did not thought of doing civil services when I was young. I thought of doing my MBBS. I was also inspired by my family. We have some doctors. But
Give me one major reason.
okay, so one major reason was so that I can have a larger impact, as health is not only a subset of the medical background. It has large impacts from education, social things, and other things. And being a policymaker, I will be able to better tackle the education and other aspects also. That would help to overall reduce the impact of health burden in India.
Okay, what is the current health burden? What are the parameters according to you?
The first would be the rising impact, the rising deaths due to the non-communicable disease. Presently there are 70% deaths that are happening due to non-communicable disease. Second would be the high burden of TB and diabetes, and it is like despite taking various measures, the government is not able to completely tackle it, though we are moving at a very fast pace. Other would be the rising mental health challenges that are increasing. The less focus on preventive aspects of health that have a very huge impact on in case of non-communicable diseases. I think these are some of the things.
Okay, what is the pace of TB program? Like you are saying, we are moving at good pace. What is the current status?
The government has set a target of 20 TB elimination by 2025, though the WHO has given a target of eliminating TB by 2030. So the government set the ambitious target, and government has enacted the National TB Elimination Program. We also have Nikshay Mitra program, where anyone can adopt a village, a person, or a community. So I think these are some of the initiatives that government has taken, and the overall impact of TB has reduced.
Any stats? What is the incidence?
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware.
So what are your other hobbies apart from mindful meditation?
I play badminton, so I think this would be one. And generally, I have also some interest in watching stock market and researching over.
Your top 5 badminton players?
Presently, sir, Lakshan is one. Second would be Pranay HS. He is the top ranking player for 2025. Then PV Sindhu, as she bagged the gold medal, silver medal for India in the previous Olympics. Then two other players that are rising now. One is the female player Tanvi Sharma. He bagged the gold medal recently for the Open tournament that is happening. And fifth will be the Kidambi Srikanth.
Okay.
He is known for his aggressive play.
Okay.
No international player.
So international players are also good, but I better relate to the Indian players, and this is the reason.
So you are from Madhya Pradesh.
Yes.
So how many neighboring states are there in Madhya Pradesh? Can you tell me the names?
Yeah, names would be Gujarat, then Rajasthan, then UP, then Chhattisgarh, then Maharashtra.
What is the historic relation between Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra?
The historic relation in the medieval times was that of Marathas, and the Sindhyas of Gwalior were an important part of the Maratha Confederacy.
You talked about cheetah relocation in Kuno Palanpur. So how many national parks are there in Madhya Pradesh?
In Madhya Pradesh, there are presently 11 national parks, and it is highest in the country.
Okay. So often we give very much hype to if a cheetah dies, or there is a tiger kill, elephant kill, or poaching of these animals. But we don't talk about the fish kill with the same intensity. So what are the reasons for it?
Sir, the first reason would be that these big animals capture the eye, and people glare at very fast pace, and in the news also it gets to limelight very highly. So this would be the first reason. Second would be the finding of people, like the people are, when an animal dies on the land, the people are more able to see it and find it. and when a fish dies, it would mostly sink in the ocean. So probably it will not come to the people. So I think these are some of the reasons.
What is the importance of poetry in one's life?
Poetry.
Yes.
So poetry helps to express oneself, and also helps to find some motivational things that can help one tide over crisis whenever there are such, and it also helps to express oneself better, as it is often been said that in love's poem and poetry are most common. So
tigers can roar, elephants can have some voice. So when they are being killed, they can have some voice.
yeah.
But same is not applied in case of fish. So is it the reason that fishes don't have any voice, so their grievance is not raised with so much tighter voice like elephants and tigers?
Sir, I think this also has some relations with what we.
What I mean to say is, if when we kill fish, it makes some noise, then the humans would have felt bad about it, but they don't have any voice. Is that the reason?
This could be one reason, as if a human sees someone suffering and pain, then it would evoke some sympathy and empathy from the person. So I think this would also be an important factor.
Okay. What was the role of media in Operation Sindoor?
So during Operation Sindoor, the first thing, like the first announcement came from the Ministry of Defence, and it was through the media that public got to know that the Operation Sindoor has been carried out by India on the PIB website. Then also during the various operations that were being carried out, it was being shown to public, and the public got to know that, and there was a huge support for Indian armed forces, and overall there was a sense of unity. But there were also some lacunas, as the officer from the armed forces also mentioned that they lost 20% of time in tackling the fake news regarding the Operation Sindoor. They said that we have attacked the Karachi airport and other things. So I think these have to be curtailed, and also there were fake news that were spreading on the social media apps like X and Telegram. So I think these also need to be curtailed in future, so that our army could better focus on the operation.
External Affairs Secretary, Foreign Secretary got trolled. What is his name?
Vikram Misri.
Vikram Misri got trolled on social media. What is your take on this?
So I think it is highly bad for our country to and people to mock someone who is taking responsibility and representing the government, and if he is doing something in his official capacity, and whatever he is saying is from the government side, the public should not take a personal stand on someone, and I think this was very bad, and identify the persons who did it at first, and getting a public apology for that would be a better.
Don't you think that bureaucrats should avoid media presence or social media presence for that matter?
Sir, the bureaucrats are the face when in times of crisis, as during the COVID times also, and in recent Operation Sindoor, the media briefings are often led by the bureaucrats only. So I think it is not public appraisal, but it is a public responsibility that bureaucrats have to fulfill by coming out in public and.
Okay, perfect. So tell me 3 major challenges in front of humanity.
Sir, I think the first challenge would be to address climate change, and wildlife resources have to be maintained. Second would be to focus on inclusive growth and ensure that no one is left behind, and as poverty is threat to prosperity everywhere. Third would be to focus on development that is not threatened by AI, artificial intelligence, and quantum computing and other technologies also. I think this would be.
Do you know there is one book called Future Shocks by Alvin Toffler? Do you come across any?
I've not read it, but I've come to some parts of it. Like he mentions that the illiterates of 21st century will be those who are not able to learn, relearn and unlearn. This is the only thing I remember.
So you mentioned about the climate change being the major threat in front of humanity. What are the ideological perspective that as a humanity we have about climate change?
So for climate change there are two factions that are there. First argue that there is no climate change and climate change is a hoax, as recently been told by US President Donald Trump, and also there is second faction that says that climate change is real and we need to take urgent steps so that we could tackle it better. So I think these are the two groups, and India, including the China, are from the second front that argues that climate change is real and we should take urgent measures on it.
So which faction you belongs to?
I belong to the Indian faction, as climate change is real and we have been seeing the impacts of changing climate change, like extreme weather events have increased in India, and India is the fifth most vulnerable country according to the climate change risk perception index. So, and also the global south countries have been advocating for climate change initiatives and climate change financing.
Tell me few of your personal experiences that at your personal level that you face disadvantages due to climate change.
So I think the first would be the extreme weather events have led to the rise in temperatures and the fall in rainfall in my area also. So I think this would be one. Second would be the rising temperatures have led to some rise in the diseases, mosquito-borne diseases. I think this would be.
Tell me, as a doctor, tell me a few things that one should inculcate in their lifestyle to deal in a better way to climate change or climate-borne diseases.
Sir, I think with climate change, there may be rise as the temperature rises. There may be rise in the germs and these things. So a person should in his lifestyle include the hygiene factors and maintain like proper washing of hands and basic etiquettes that are needed to reduce the risk of germ-borne disease. Second would be the rise in heat stroke and frost stroke that may be seen. So proper avoiding going outside while an advisory being made by the IMD. So I think these are this would be the second one. Third would be a person should focus on having foods that are nutritious and that would reduce its impacts on like boosting the immunity. So I think these would be three measures that I would like to suggest.
Thank you, Vince.
Prince, your father's occupation is industry, right? What kind of industry?
So actually it is business. He's a trader, so he purchases stocks from the manufacturing industries and then provide it to retailers.
What kind of stocks?
It is building materials, cables, wires and pipes. These are the things.
Okay. That means you have construction.
Yeah, yes sir. Some parts of construction, but not cement and sand, etc.
Okay. So tell me the 5 basic medical problems faced by MP.
So MP has a high tribal population. Nearly 21% population of the state is tribal. So the health-seeking attitude is not proper and preventive aspects is not catered to. First would be this. Second would be the high incidence of TB in the area. As I have been posted in the hospital also, I saw there were high cases of TB and there were cases of drug-resistant TB. Third would be diabetes. It is rising in MP. I think these are.
What is the difference between drug-resistant TB and normal TB?
Sir, in normal TB and drug-resistant TB, in drug-resistant TB what happens is that the bacteria, Mycobacterium tuberculosis, develops a resistance to some antibiotics. Like the rifampicin and isoniazid antibiotics are given, they got resistance to that and they are not able to be killed by that. So for that the government has proposed other methods or another drug regimen that is to be given to tackle those TB, and the duration of the treatment is higher for drug resistant TB.
Then what kind of treatment they are provided in normal TB and drug resistant TB?
In normal TB, they are provided with HRT regimen for 6 months. It is rifampicin, isoniazid, pyrazinamide, and ethambutol. These are the 4 drugs that are given. But in case of drug resistant TB, BED regimen is used. It is bedaquiline, lamivudine, I don't remember exactly. Some drug regimen is used for the.
Only medication are used and nothing else, like on the part of living standards or the nutrition.
So TB is a communicable disease. So in the home also, the treatment, if the person is in contact with it, prophylaxis of antibiotics is also given to the caretakers, and proper masks are also advised for the patient so that the intra-house spread of TB does not happen.
So, which virus is responsible for dengue? I think you have been part of dengue elimination program, right? So, what causes dengue?
It is the dengue virus that is being prevalent, and there are 6 serotypes of it: dengue 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Okay, and like which kind of viral agent that spreads dengue?
It is single-stranded RNA virus.
Viral agent, mosquito.
Mosquito, okay. Right.
Then what kind of medication? Meditation you do?
I do mindful meditation mostly.
Okay, mindful. Then what you do in mindful?
In mindful meditation, we have to just sit and allow our mind to roam freely, and we do not indulge in our thoughts, but allow them to pass, and we see them passing. By this, we get an awareness that what are the thoughts that are coming, and when we do not indulge in them, we learn that everything is temporary, and this is the thing that helps get someone calm.
Okay, then like this, the rate of negative thoughts will not be more in that sense.
So even if the negative thoughts are more, you will be able to know that the thoughts are negative thoughts are more, and you will not be able this will help you to know that probably some negative aspects of you are strong, so that you can work on them and probably replace that thoughts over a period of time with positive thoughts.
Okay, and what are negative thoughts as per you?
For me, negative thoughts would be some anxiety about my future, and that cripples me from doing something, and probably some negative thoughts about sexual thoughts maybe.
You face anxiety, right?
Yes.
If you face anxiety in civil services, how could you work, or how will you work in services?
So I think anxiety is an important aspect of human personality, and everyone feels anxious. And it is the capacity of a person how well he is able to manage his anxiety. And if a person is able to manage his anxiety properly, he can do everything. And I think I will be able to better from the times then I was very anxious, but now I have calmed myself very much. I don't feel too much anxious, and over a period of time and with the training in civil services that I will be provided, I will be able to better tackle and control my anxiety.
Okay. So your hobby is to watch podcasts, right? Medical podcasts. So recently, which podcast you watched?
It is from Andrew Huberman. He's in USA. Like he
USA
made
based.
USA based podcast.
So what he was speaking in that podcast?
He make podcasts on various topics, like what would be the impact of sleep on person, and how could one make his lifestyle better, and to reduce the non-communicable disease impact. So I think these are some of the areas that he tackles.
Okay. So with the recent US and India relations that we have faced, that US was putting tariffs on India. So don't you think that USA-India strategic partnership will be affected by these tariffs and unpredictability of the US president?
Sir, it has also been highlighted by various foreign diplomat experts that the Trump's actions have led to straining of the India-US relations, and But I think for the in the long term, and what has been historically seen, the long-term ties of India and USA will remain strong, as we have recently also continued the defense pact that we had with USA. So I think this is a temporary shock, and over a period of time it will get resolved.
Should we trust US?
Sir, in foreign policy, there are no permanent interests and permanent friends. Like we have to make sure our national interests are fulfilled. And trusting US is okay if it is helping our national interests. And the time when we see that US is not helping to fulfill our national interests, we can withdraw from.
Okay. So recently we have also seen some news about the Mizoram CM was basically talking about the merger of the southern part of the, or the basically eastern part of the Bangladesh and the western part of the Myanmar to the India. So I think he was right in that sense, because a piece of land will be added to our India. So why government at that time objected him to do this exercise?
Sir, I think as in case of India and to take a territory from a foreign nation to include it on territory, it would be like it should be based on proper dialogue and.
Yeah, but he was doing the dialogue, he was doing everything, and all the signs were positive with respect to the merger of that particular area in our Indian state.
So I think it has to be discussed with Myanmar government whether they are giving the area.
Yeah, they are also ready. Yeah, basically, there is no government in Myanmar, right?
No government is different from the government agreeing to cede the area of its territory, and whether the government in power is authorized to do so or not. And moreover, it will have repercussions also. If we agree for the Mizoram, then maybe some other states will come that we could integrate other areas also. And like that, it would also have a negative impact that India is showing an expansionist policy and integrating other areas.
Yeah, but I think that is good, because we will get some part of the Bangladesh or Myanmar.
So I think rather than the land, we should focus on whether the people are willing to come and join India or not. If we force and take some
Yeah,
parcel
people
of
are
it,
also meeting over there.
I think if everyone is agreeing, then we can have a proper dialogue, and if everything allows, and we may conduct plebiscite in future to a certain area.
Thank you, please.
One last question. When were you graduated after MBA?
In 2020.
2022. So what are you doing from then to now?
I have been preparing for UPSC.
Okay, so being a doctor, don't you think it is a waste of opportunity cost, like there is dearth of doctors in the country also, and it's been like 2026 already?
Sir, I think it is my fundamental duty to achieve my best potential, and the fact that I am sitting here is the proof that I have been doing well in the and trying to get into the service. And talking about the dearth of doctors, yes, there is a dearth of doctors, and wherever I can, and in family relations also, I do advise some medicines if I feel that I am able to do that.
Okay. So why is there increasing trend of doctors coming to civil services according to you?
Sir, I think the increasing trend is because the doctors are now realizing that they have other options also. They are realizing that they will be able to do better and do more while being in civil services. And it is not the case that every doctor is coming. Many and most of them are being in the medical profession only to help the public and do the medical thing that they are graduated.
But if there will be an increasing trend of doctors coming to civil services, then there will be eventually shortage of doctors. So do you agree with that?
Sorry sir, I will beg to differ. In case of if many doctors will come to the profession, the reason for them coming would be to have a greater prospect for their life. And if the UPSC allows for MBBS graduates to participate in examination, then I think they should be allowed. And we need to focus on creating more doctors, and we should not limit doctors that they should not come to the profession to the civil services, as it is being allowed, and the eligibility criteria is only graduation.
So do you think there should be separate medical services for the doctors?
Sir, I think this can be a good initiative, and proper discussion of that, and should happen before taking a stand on that.
So why